Now you know the another concept must, that is the reactions which are spontaneous reactions and the reactions which are non-spontaneous. What is spontaneous reaction? The reaction which takes place naturally. It takes place in its own way. That is when the reactants come in contact with each other. No external influence or no external any force is required. That reaction takes place naturally. That reaction is called as spontaneous reaction. For example, suppose we have zinc powder and it is added in CuSO4 solution, that is copper sulfate solution. That means zinc is in contact with CuSO4, then this zinc displaces Cu from this solution and the reaction takes place. We can obtain ZnSO4 and Cu. This reaction takes place naturally in its own way. It has its own rate of reaction. That reaction is called as spontaneous chemical reaction. And which is non-spontaneous reaction? The reaction which cannot take place naturally. We have to force, we have to carry out that reaction. It cannot take place in its own way. That reaction is called as non-spontaneous reaction. For example, you know NaCl. NaCl is ionic compound. In solid state, this NaCl contains Na plus and Cl minus ions. And you know that when NaCl is obtained, it is obtained from Na, that is sodium metal and chlorine gas. But when you take NaCl, you can't obtain sodium metal and chlorine gas from this NaCl. You can't obtain naturally. You cannot decompose NaCl and obtain sodium and chlorine gas. This reaction we have to carry out. That reaction is called as non-spontaneous reaction. So remember this concept. Some reactions are spontaneous reactions and some reactions are non-spontaneous reaction. And again see here, this is spontaneous redox reaction and this reaction is also non-spontaneous redox reaction.
We shall see how chemical energy is converted into electrical energy. The first part is chemical energy is converted into electrical energy. This electrical energy can be obtained from spontaneous redox reaction. Now I explained you what is redox reaction and what is spontaneous redox reaction also. The reaction which takes place naturally in its own way, and it is a redox reaction. How it is a redox reaction? In which one substance is oxidized and the another substance is reduced, means one substance loses electron and another substance gains electrons. Now you know what is electrical energy. Electrical energy is nothing but flow of electrons or flow of ions. Then suppose the substance which is oxidized, that means which loses electrons, and the substance which is reduced, they are separated from each other and they are connected with each other by using one metallic wire. Then the electrons can pass through this metallic wire and you can obtain electrical energy. That is, the substance which is oxidized, it loses electrons. These electrons are gained by that metallic wire and it is these electrons are carried out towards the substance which gets reduced, and so we can obtain the flow of electrons and we can obtain the electrical energy. And these two substances are separated by using some materials which are called as salt bridge or porous partition. We have studied the example of electrochemical cell. This cell is also called as voltaic cell or galvanic cell. The example is Daniell cell. We have studied this example in 11th standard. Now another examples are dry cell. These cells are used in the calculators or your batteries, that is mobile batteries. Dry cells are used. Fuel cell, this is the most common cell which is used to avoid the pollution. In car batteries, fuel cell is used in many countries. Hydrogen oxygen fuel cell is common. Then lead storage cell, lead accumulator it is also called. In inverter batteries also lead storage cells are used. Now we have to study all these cells in detail. Now we shall revise Daniell cell. Here, see here, Daniell cell consists of the reaction, or it gives the electrical energy due to the reaction between Zn and CuSO4. Here, which reaction takes place? Zn gets oxidized and Cu++ ions are reduced. Zn atoms are there and Cu++ ions are there, and these two are here used. See here, in one container we have taken ZnSO4 solution, in another container we have taken CuSO4 solution. In ZnSO4 solution, zinc rod is dipped. In CuSO4 solution, Cu rod is dipped, and these two solutions are connected by using salt bridge. What is salt bridge? We have studied in 11th standard. Now we have to consider only how electrochemical cell works. Here zinc atoms are there. These zinc atoms have the tendency to lose electrons, that is oxidation takes place. Zn atoms are converted into Zn plus 2 ions and 2 electrons are lost. These Zn plus ions pass into this solution, and these 2 electrons are carried out through this metallic wire, and these electrons come towards this Cu rod. Cu rod is in contact with Cu plus ions in the solution of CuSO4. So these electrons from this Cu rod are taken by Cu plus ions in the solution of CuSO4, and it is converted into Cu atoms. Like this, the same reaction takes place. This is Zn atoms are converted into Zn plus 2 ions, and Cu plus 2 ions are converted into Cu atoms. The same redox reaction takes place, but it takes place when zinc atoms and Cu++ ions are separated, and we have obtained electrical energy. That is, in the metallic wire, if you adjust voltmeter or if you take one bulb here, you can obtain the electrical energy.
The second part is in which the electrical energy is converted into chemical energy. How electrical energy is used to carry out the chemical reaction, that is conversion of electrical energy into chemical energy. For this non-spontaneous chemical reaction, the reaction which cannot take place it's in its own way, it cannot take place naturally, can be carried out by using electrical energy. The example is, I have explained you NaCl. It is an ionic compound. When electrical energy is passed through the aqueous solution, you know what is aqueous solution now, and through the fused NaCl. NaCl is melted, solid state of NaCl is converted into liquid state. When NaCl is fused, it can be converted into Na plus ions and Cl minus ions. Aqueous solution of NaCl, you know, in the topic ionic equilibria we have studied, this is strong electrolyte, so it is completely converted into Na plus ions and Cl minus ions. Means in aqueous solution of NaCl or fused solution of NaCl, we have Na plus ions and Cl minus ions, that is, these are the oppositely charged ions. And when electrical energy is passed through these solutions, you can obtain the discharge of these ions, and we can obtain sodium metal, chlorine gas, or you can obtain here H2 also, hydrogen gas also, the products of electrolysis. This process is called as electrolysis, and here fused NaCl will give you different products and aqueous NaCl will give you different products. We shall study it in the next part of this topic. So remember, what is electrolysis? Electrolysis is a process in which electrical energy is converted into chemical energy, or in detail you can say that the non-spontaneous chemical reaction is made to take place by supplying electrical energy, that is called as electrolysis. And generally this non-spontaneous chemical reaction is the ionization of ionic compounds. You know, ionic compounds are made up of oppositely charged ions, and these ions are separated by fused or aqueous solution, and then the electrical energy is carried out, electrical energy is supplied to these solutions, and we can obtain the metal and non-metal, because ionic compound is made up of metal and non-metal. This electrolysis process is very important in industry also. For example, you know that NaOH is used in preparation of detergent, soaps, paper, dyes, etc. This NaOH is mostly obtained in industries by the electrolysis of aqueous NaCl solution. Now, the second is, you know that the metals cannot be obtained in pure state. They are obtained from their ores or in the form of their ores. And in metallurgy, that is, metallurgy is the process in which we can separate the pure metal from its ore. In the metallurgy, we have to carry out the process which is called as electro refining, that is purification of the ore, and pure metal can be obtained by using this electrolysis process. Again, you know that some metals which are cheaper, they are coated with the precious metals like silver or gold or chromium. You know that chromium plating, nickel plating, silver plating, gold plating, to avoid the corrosion or to obtain the nice look, we have to plate one metal by the another metal. That process is called as electroplating, and this electroplating can be carried out by using the process electrolysis. What is electrolysis and how it is carried out, we can study in this next part.